So let's talk about Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, considering Starbucks stock decline from $126 in 2021 to 73 roughly today, is this a signal of diminishing popularity, or is it an opportunity to invest?
I think it's a combination. We were talking before we start recording about not losing the trust of the people. I think all brands, listen up, across America, stop taking Black people for granted. I go back to when that one person got mistreated over not being able to use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was the start of a gradual decline when a lot of us said, okay, we won't shop there anymore. I do believe that if we're not being treated fairly by brands, that we should weaponize our dollars and not spend. Then they turn around, as Target did, as a few other companies did, and tried to target the LGBTQ plus community to make up for the losses of sales from us. Didn't work. Conservative investors left as a result. Howard Schultz probably is going to need to come back again. Can that boy? I keep telling you, there's no such thing as freedom. Like, once you get past a certain level, if things are not going right, you got to come back. So now it's at a price point where I almost like it. Maybe if it gets to like $63, I wouldn't mind buying it. I do like the company, but the service needs to improve. I said it on the Stock Club call yesterday, going back to you guys' point about Instagram being one of the biggest competitors. Starbucks used to be a third home, a place where you can go after work just to do work. But if I'm Black and I'm going to get the police called on me for trying to use a bathroom, a lot more attention is being eaten up by digital platforms. And people and products are not as good. Service is not as good. The stores are not as clean. So I think they need to bring Schultz back, even though he doesn't want to. I'm bullish on the company. Definitely if he gets to $63, I love it. 65, I love it. But I think they have a whole bunch of cultural issues that they need to fix and not just put a Band-Aid on it. I know y'all did that one training for one day when you shut the store down and told every employee not to be racist. It's not enough. It's not enough.
I'm glad you brought up that point. It's a valid point because that did happen and that was the response to it. But it leads to the overall theme of boycotting and what has happened. And I mean, they could try to run from it, but the publications have all Newsweek, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, their response to the conflict in between Gaza and Israel has weighed on the company. Right, they were claiming they supported Israel and funded its military operations during the conflict. That hasn't helped. What has happened inside of the Middle East region, which is interesting because they have stores there, people have boycotted. 2,000 jobs have been cut. Store sales have gone down. That is a problem, right? Their response to that has been a problem. The competitive advantage is another problem. What is the competitive advantage? I'm not an avid coffee drinker. I know plenty of them. I worked with plenty of them. But if a person cannot have Starbucks, does that mean they can't have coffee anymore? No, they'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. They'll go.
Big facts.
Right? Or they'll have somebody making it at the office, or they'll have somebody brewing it at their home. So that competitive advantage is kind of interesting. The other point, I'm glad you brought Howard Schultz up because they asked him about it. He said that the company needs to improve its mobile order and pay experience. Hasn't been great. If you've ever tried to work with Starbucks.
And the Starbucks point system it's a
joke.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, like I've been there a few times and ordered something and got to the window. I'm like, I'm sorry, we don't have it. I'm like, well, why'd you let me order it? Right.
Yep.
And then they said how they create new drinks. Right. And that's interesting because it's like, what is the marketing campaign that goes into creating a new drink other than if you don't walk in the store, you see it?
Yeah.
There really isn't any ad for it. You really built the company on experience. It was an experience. I remember when it was like, oh, you can go there. It's a place to meet. It's a social gathering place. It's free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But everybody has that now. So now what is the experience when you get to the store? And then the other part is they're trying to figure out premium items to set them apart from the competitors.
It's tough.
Inside of that business, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert on the coffee brewing process, but I'm not. What is the premium item inside of it that they can create? I guess that's one of the things that they'll have to figure out, which is what Schultz is saying, and probably why he might have to come back another time to take over and come up with some innovative ideas to get this company going back forward, because that's a pretty swift drop from 130 to 73. And if you look at the earnings over the past couple of quarters, it hasn't been great. So how do you get this company going back in the right direction? It's going to take innovation. It's going to take some PR. It's going to take some marketing. But like you said, I don't think it's not over for Starbucks. It's not going anywhere.
No,
but they need some help.
And then when you have a competitor like McDonald's that owns the real estate, go watch the Ray Kroc movie, amazing movie. So you're beat there on profits because they own the real estate. Also, Starbucks was Soho House before Soho House got popular. Now, if I have to pick between going to Soho House and Starbucks, I keep saying everyone on earth is your competitor. I'm so glad. Like, did you hear? We'll get to in a future trading tip later. But I was like, please, God, don't let Kendrick drop a future trading tip in one of these disses, y'all. Because I'm seeing people navigate into spaces that they know. Like, I don't know if you guys saw The Rock's doing MMA now.
I saw that.
At some point, maybe there'll be a merger of an event between WWE and UFC. They have a lot of competition. I don't know what premium experience they can deliver, what premium product, because you're not going to go there for a dining experience. And I don't want to pay for a $50 breakfast item or $40 breakfast item when inflation is going up. But for all companies in corporate America, stay out of these political events. Please stay out of them. Like, they mishandled the issue in the Middle East, mishandled the issue with us. The LGBTQ issue did not work. Serve the coffee, make the coffee better. Go find some COINTELPRO crack that you can put in there to get people addicted. But they have a bunch. They got a bunch of Kava's on the rise, Chipotle's on the rise, kicking your ass by a landslide. It's tough, man. It's tough. And the great part that we talked about before and finding a successor, which we talked about last week, they never planned a great enough job to find who was going to lead when Howard isn't there. How many times can Jordan come back and play for the Wizards to save the league? Let Howard enjoy his time.
Yeah. Not Jordan on the Wizards is so bad. Let's say like Brady on the Bucks or something. He actually won. That's true. Jordan was good on the Wizards, though. We're not going to do that. He averaged 20. And Anthony Edwards doing that. Shout to A. Yo, that boy different. That boy going crazy. Profit margin for Starbucks 11%, operating margin 15%. Not bad for the retail space. Institutional ownership is 70%, which is not bad. But when people fall out of love with you, going back to the Drake thing that we talked about, and you mishandle, like, you're going to have a generation of people in the Middle East that are never going to shop with their brand again. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. It's interesting. Like, I did the research on it, right? The Middle East stores, like I said, the sales decline with double digits, right? The fact that there've been claims that they supported Israel is interesting, because they were inside of Israel in 2003. They took all the shops out and said it wasn't making sense business wise, which is interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Well, if you're supporting the military, why not have your business there? Allegedly. I
don't think it's about business.
So I said it's interesting.
What do you think it's about?
Personal interest in what they think is right,
or who they
and what they think is wrong,
or who their CEO is as well.
That's personal interest.
Yeah. So you can support but not have your business there.
Yeah, I don't think a lot. I mean, you look at a variety of different people that support different things. It's not necessarily just about how much money they can make from it. They firmly believe that this is the right thing that they should be doing, right? For a variety of different reasons, but yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So
CEO Laxman Narishman calls Mark Zuckerberg, see if he got some jobs available. Yours will be gone soon. It's tough.
Shortly. At this rate,